The thoracic cage includes the sternum as well as the ribs that attach to the vertebral column. So this cage surrounds and protects the lung, the heart, the spleen, the liver, and even some parts of the upper parts of the kidney. This helps us breathe. So when we breathe, our diaphragm muscle actually pulls down, and the muscles between our ribs expand the thoracic cage, and that creates a vacuum inside of our body that helps pull air into the lungs. The sternum is made up of three main parts. We've got the manubrium, which is this top part here, which connects at the angle to the body. If you feel your chest, you might actually feel a region of the sternum that comes out the most, and that would be right here at the angle. And then the xiphoid process is right down here, this very tip. It's kind of sharp and spinous, and that's because it's going to attach to the ligaments that attach to your abdominal muscles. We have 12 pairs of ribs. Ribs 1 through 7, so 1 through 7 are considered true ribs, and that's because you can follow each one of these. So I'll follow this rib all the way from the vertebral column all the way to the front along its own little piece of cartilage attached to the sternum. So all the way down to 7, each one of these has their own little piece of cartilage that attaches to the sternum. Ribs 8 through 12 are called false ribs because they don't attach directly to the sternum. So rib 8, you can follow from the back all the way to the front. It's got some cartilage, but the cartilage has to come and attach to the cartilage of rib 7 first, and then it goes up to the sternum. And then 11 and 12 are called floating ribs. So they're still false ribs, but they are also called floating ribs because they end in a piece of cartilage, but they never actually attach back up to the sternum. Rib 1 is short and very sharply angled. It's fairly flat. The rest of the ribs 2 through 7, are pretty typical. They have this curved angle here, and then a flat shaft or blade that surrounds the organs. They attach to the vertebral column over here at the head. So they have two facets, one here and one here, where they attach to the vertebrae twice, 1, 2. And then ribs 11 and 12 are our floating ribs, and these mostly just have that shaft where they attach to the vertebrae over here, but then they never go back to attaching to the sternum. So take a moment and reflect on the floating ribs.